Hey, Aiden. Hello. Enjoy your break. Nice. That makes it a little bit easier for you later, right? Hey, Jonathan. Oh, hey, Jonathan. Language. So we're opening to page 205. Hey, Jacinta, we're just opening to page 205. Yep. So we're good. Didn't miss anything. Looks like apple. Yes. Yes, we skipped ahead a little bit just to review a little bit. And now we're coming back and teach a new topic. Okay? Yes, we're actually finishing our 8 parts of speech. So that is what we are doing now. So let me get this up for you. Can you all see a big whiteboard? Shake your head, yes. I have you on mute, so you can see the whiteboard, okay. So we're talking about the rest of our sentence. We talked about nouns, we talked about adjectives, we talked about verbs, we talked about pronouns, we talked about adverbs. So now we're learning the last 3. The last 3 are actually the easiest if we know all the rest. So we're going to talk about prepositions. Prepositions join or add more information to my sentences. Okay? I can say the cat ran. Okay? Or I can say the cat ran around the corner. Okay? Which one of them is a better sentence? The first one or the second one? So Aiden's giving me an answer. First one or second one? Show me on your fingers. Which one's better? First one or second one? The second one. Now, yes, the first one you don't have to write as much. The second one you have to write a little bit more, but the second one gives me more information. Now, look what I added. See around the corner that I added? That is called a prepositional phrase. My prepositional phrase starts with a preposition, which is around, and ends with a noun. And it has some adjectives in between. So, if I took around the corner out, would I still have a sentence? Yes, I would. The cat ran is still a sentence. My prepositional phrases can come in and out of my sentence, and it doesn't change the fact that it's still a sentence. Okay? So, the mouse ran up the ladder and through the hole. I could just say the mouse ran. Is that a sentence? The mouse ran? Yes, but my first sentence is actually better. It's telling me where the mouse ran. The mouse ran up the ladder and through the hole. Up the ladder and through the hole are both prepositional phrases. They add to my sentence. That is the job of a preposition. It adds more detail to my sentence without taking away from my sentence. I could take away up the ladder and through the hole and just put the mouse ran, and my sentence still be a sentence. Prepositions don't describe anything. They don't modify anything. They literally just add to my sentence. So let's look at page 205. It should say prepositions, conjunctions, interjections, it's just the reading part. So we're going to read this together. The sixth part of speech that you will learn is the preposition. The job of the preposition is to connect words and show how they relate. A preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun or a pronoun after it and some other word in the sentence. See how the words in dark print show the different relationships between the sleeping Polly and her birdhouse. The words are prepositions. Polly sleeps in her birdhouse. Polly sleeps near her birdhouse. Polly sleeps beside her birdhouse. Polly sleeps on her birdhouse. Polly sleeps by her birdhouse. Polly sleeps behind her birdhouse. Polly sleeps underneath her birdhouse. So in, near, beside, on, by, behind, underneath are all prepositions. Please, Pokemon just need to get away. Please keep it near, but don't let anybody else see it to distract them. So an object of the preposition is the noun inside the preposition. When I have prepositional phrases, I normally put them in parentheses. They're the little smiley faces at the beginning and the end of it. The first word in a prepositional phrase is the preposition itself. The last word is the noun. But there's two different ways to find out which one is your preposition. One is to memorize them. But if you look at page 206, look at the yellow box. They are your prepositions. Is there a good amount of them? Yes. So there is another way I still highly recommend you memorizing them. Okay? But there is another way to show where my prepositions are in a sentence. And some of you are going to like it, and some of you are not. Simply because it's doing what we've been doing all along. One is I find my noun. What's my noun here? Oh, I can't. I'm talking to myself, don't worry. Okay, so mouth is my what? Noun, right? Any other nouns in my sentence? Ladder and hole. What did the mouse do? Ran, right? So ran is my verb. Any adjective? The, right? They're my adjective. So which words am I left with? Up, through, and end. End is not a preposition. End is a connecting word. Therefore, I'm actually just going to circle end. So what does that leave me? Up and through. Up is a preposition. End, my prepositional phrases start with my preposition, end with my noun. Through is a preposition, and it ends with my noun. So knowing how to identify every other part of speech that we have learned helps me pick out my prepositions a lot easier, especially if I don't have them all memorized. Any questions? Act as though we got this? It is. It's literally, it's what we've been doing all through school so far. So if you're still, it is, but we got to make sure we actually do all the work. Okay, Jonathan, you got this? Jonathan, you did it? You got it? Okay, just because we did the work Do we got what I did on the board? Okay, Aiden, do we got this? Okay, so let's look down at our actual paper. We are only doing page 206, so fill in the blanks with an appropriate preposition. You may refer to the list of prepositions. So let's read the prepositions together. So let's go to the yellow box and read them together. Ready? Aboard, about, above, across, after, against, along, among, around, at, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, beyond, by, down, drawing, except, for, from, in, inside, into, like, near, of, off, on, over, past, since, through, throughout, to, toward, under, underneath, until, up, upon, with, within, without. Okay, good job. So what I want you to do for the next couple minutes, don't sign off. I want you to fill in numbers 1 to 10. Don't sign off. I just muted you so I can't hear you. You can't hear me. Well, you probably still hear, you can still hear me. But take a couple minutes, and then in a couple minutes, we're going to go over what we put in for number 1 to 10. That's done. Okay. So then work on something else that you might not be finished, or just sit there for a couple minutes. In a couple minutes, I'm going to go over it with everybody, okay? Jonathan, are you still working on it, or are you done? That's okay. Are you finished with that page already? Okay. Okay, so give me a couple minutes, and then we'll go over it as soon as Aiden's done, okay? Aiden, are you still working on it? Okay. Your sister's getting so big, Jonathan. Still. Unless you need to type me an answer, which you might, then you might not need keyboards. But if you might need it, depending if I have you, especially if I have you type me something, but normally we can just talk. Aiden, did you have a question? Okay, you're muted on your end, Aiden, if you have a question. Oh, never mind. You were muted on mine. Sorry. Did you have a question, Aiden? Yes, you can use the same word more than once. Okay, so let's go over numbers 1 through 10. Number 1, Aiden, what did we put in there? Aiden, what did we put in there for number 1? Okay, so we went to Joseph's house on Greenlee Street. What did we put on there number 2, Jonathan? The wars of the French and English were long and bloody. Remember, they don't have to be the same exact words. You can use more than one of these prepositions in these sentences. Okay? Number 3. Afternoon. Sorry. Okay? We had to be home at 6 o'clock. We had to be home by 6 o'clock. We had to be home before 6 o'clock. We had to be home after 6 o'clock. Number 4, Aiden. In. Number 5, Jonathan. Okay? Number 6, afternoon. Okay? Number 7, Aiden. Okay? Number 8, Jonathan. Number 9, afternoon. And number 10, Aiden. Good job. So we're actually done class a couple minutes early, so I'm going to sign off so we are done language. And that gives you a couple extra minute break or an extra couple minutes to finish working on something that you still have not finished yet. Aiden. Our next class will be history at 12 o'clock, so about 15 minutes. We do, but health is going to be after lunch.